Okay, hello again. More preseason conditioning, but I have somebody that's training with me off camera. All right. Okay, so let's go. So I got back into reading my material that I wrote 2010, and I had an outline of all my thoughts. I kept them. So, and terrain was kind of the first subject. So our feet are like, with the exception of our equipment, the skis and the boots, and then the layer of sock that's in there, our feet manage the terrain. So for them to manage the terrain with fluidity and coordination, we can work that. So if you extend your feet really far, so your calves, you can almost feel your calves flex, pull them back as far as you can, pull them, and then stretch them as far as you can. And then we're going to slowly increase the speed and watch your feet and see if they move exactly in the same time. Pull on each limit and then move them back as quick as you can, and forward as quick as you can, and back and forward and back and forward. Okay, we're going to keep this going. We'll watch them as we go, a little faster. And watch how your feet stay flat to each other. Does one go a little quicker than the other? Okay, now let's go a little faster and see what happens. Okay, so we're going a little faster. And now go a little faster. Okay, so imagine how fast terrain is coming under your feet. Like if you're a fast skier. Now they're feeling really uncoordinated, right? Okay, so we can't even keep them together. Okay, so this is motor skills. We can develop and train. We slow it back down and we can develop and train our feet to work in time, automatically together. So if we push on these, we can affect it. So in our boot, if we pull it up hard, keep them pulled hard. If we're in our ski boot, we're not pulled as far as we can. Our ski boot gets us a forward angle, and we're not using the full extension either. So go and push it all the way. But those muscle systems are activated within the boot. So as I'm going over terrain that varies, I can massage, just like quiver, wiggle. I can massage and work that terrain to stay balanced on my feet. These little fine motor skills. Okay? So if we practice these to the side now, tip your feet to the side as hard as you can. Ooh. And to the other side. And look to see if your feet are parallel as you do this. Tip them to the other side. Are the bones average parallel? Tip them to the other side. That looks like a wedge. Right? Okay, so this is a coordination. This is a motor skill to be able to tip our feet and activate those muscle systems that tip our feet in time and parallel to each other. So even though they're not going parallel, push on them a little bit quicker rate. Always hard to the limits, unless you have some sort of pain or clicking. And see if you can keep this going. So hard to the limits, and then we're going to pick up the pace a little bit. Okay? Boom, boom. They feel really uncoordinated, don't they? Okay? So this uncoordination, mine are fairly coordinated because I've done it for a long time. Okay? And I can make this happen on snow. So you that are learning to ski, I know, keep at it, even though it's not registering. This is perfect. Okay, so this is Bronte's feet. They're going like this. They're all stressed out. Keep going. Don't give up on me. Even slow it back down and see if you can make them happen and keep them parallel. Slow as you can, just keep them parallel. Okay, so this is a motor skill, I call it. It's a mind-muscle connection. The mind hasn't told these muscles to turn and tip and move in time. Ever in your life. And for me as a ski instructor to get out on the snow and try to get very big change, it's just not there. Okay, so practice at home and save your money. And then after you get some coordination on this, it's going to show in when you learn to ski on snow. Okay, so there we go. We got those two aspects. We got fore and aft, and your ankles should feel and your shins should feel just a little warm. But just, and maybe not, because there's a lot of uncoordination. Okay, so we got fore and aft, and we got edging. Now there's something else the foot will do, and it naturally does it, is you can just turn them. Don't try to tip the edges. And notice how they actually do kind of edge by just turning. Okay, so windshield wipers, play with that. And watch how they don't go in tie and how they're parallel. They want to be parallel. We want to keep them parallel in tie. And you're going to find that it's really natural to fit that edging in. Your foot just switches edges when you steer them over to the side. Okay, so it's a really interesting ability that ankle has. And if we know about it and we've trained our body to move these muscles in a fashion, then we're going to be able to draw upon it when we want to in skiing. How's that going?
My hips are getting tight.
So the hip flexors up there. Okay, so you can move forward and even put your feet on the ground and finish them too. Your heels on. That'll save some of the pressure because you want to keep these skills going. And once you reach the uncoordination point, then slow it back down and push them to the limits. There we go. Okay, so there's three things that ankle can do for skiing. It can absorb terrain, flexing and extending. It can manage the terrain and edging by this edging ability. And then it all can help steer with the legs. Okay, so we can use all that if the muscles are there. Even in a wedge turn, we can use that steering ability. Okay, which we don't want to stay there. Okay, so that's manage and train number 1. Try it, call a lesson, book a level 3 instructor on the same subject. All right, peace.